One of the things I have seen prophetically is that the enemy is trying to stir things up to prohibit the release of God's promises. You know, we see this throughout the Bible. I think one of the classic examples, of course, is in the book of Daniel, chapter 10. When I was there in September of 2021, I was in the Ukraine preaching in Kiev. It would have been, less than 8 months ago. And I saw a wave of darkness coming from my right, which I kind of took it to be from the east, and stirring up the heavens. It was a wave of witchcraft. I even prophesied it from the pulpit. And I knew that this wave of darkness was to inhibit, delay, interfere with the prophetic mandate that was going forth for the bride of Ukraine and even the bride of Russia, as both of these nations were represented. And we're praying that this stirring would be broken, that warring angels would be released. And in a follow-up to that, we were in Burbank, California, and on the opening session of the meeting, I was just praying a prayer of blessings upon the meeting. And when I did, Amy's eyes were open, and she literally saw with her eyes an angel standing there that had been somewhat, I don't want to say dormant, but had not been fully functioning in its purpose. But as we began to pray, this angel as if came to attention and began to push back some darkness that immediately tried to come to interfere with the mandate of that region. And there was much more that went into that, but I won't take the time to go there. And so we know that the Lord is releasing help from heaven. There is, if I can make a point here, is the activation of the angelic is taking place right now to help us clear the heavens over these strategic areas where the release of the Spirit, that's not just for Alabama, it's not just for Alaska, it's not just for the Russian and Ukrainian bride, it's for all over the world, literally, across Europe, South Africa, places in South America, various places where there is I know Australia is very strategic right now, and they're seeing a stirring of the heavens to try to inhibit what the Lord is wanting to do. And my purpose here in this blog is to mobilize the saints to begin to prophesy against it, to be like Daniel. Maybe even in some of these areas there needs to be a 21-day prayer movement or even some fasting to break through these realms of opposition, these realms of resistance that have been stirred up just in recent days to try to keep the plans of God from coming into fruition.